Hello everybody and happy Catholic Schools Week. My name is Maeve and I'm one of the team that support Bishop Dennis in helping to look after our Catholic primary schools in the Diocese of Kildare and Leighlin. We have 171 of these primary schools, and because you're watching this, I know that you're a pupil in one of those schools, and I want to say today that we're very lucky to have you, and we hope that you have a great week as we celebrate Catholic Schools Week. Now I know that most of you are at home, and it's kind of strange to be celebrating Catholic Schools Week when we're not in our classrooms, but you're still doing your work, you're still meeting your friends and your teachers either on Zoom or Google Classrooms or uploading work into Seesaw, whatever your teachers want to, whatever way your teachers have decided to work with you in these days. And we still want to celebrate Catholic Schools Week. Catholic Schools Week theme this year is Catholic Schools, Communities of Faith and Resilience. And over the next few days, your teachers will help you to understand those words better. But we wanted to give you a couple of ideas that would help you to celebrate Catholic Schools Week at home. And the first idea is one that I'm going to share with you today, and then on Wednesday, Bishop Dennis is going to share a second idea. And my idea is that you might, at home this week, make what we're calling a prayer box. And I've made one here at home, and you can see it now. It's just a shoebox that's covered over with paper, and I've put my prayer box on it. And I've also begun to add the names of people that I want to remember in prayer at the moment. And once you've made your prayer box and you've covered it and you've done whatever you want to do with it, and you can colour it in and you can make it obviously the nicest box you want to make it, we're going to ask you to think of a prayer every day, and each day to either write out or print out the prayer and stick it onto your prayer box. Now I've chosen the Memorare as my first prayer because that's my favourite prayer, and some of the children in 5th and 6th will know that prayer. Tomorrow I'm going to add the Our Father, and then maybe on Wednesday I will put up the Hail Mary onto my prayer box. It's really up to you what prayers you choose. They can be your favourite prayers. You might like to write a prayer, or you might like just to write some words on a sheet, on a piece of paper, words that remind you of how lucky you are to be loved by God and to know God. One of the reasons that being in a Catholic primary school is so important is that that's part of what it helps you to do. It helps you to realise how much you're loved by God and helps you to build up a friendship with God. One of the ways that we build our friendship with God is by saying a prayer. So that's why we thought that prayer box would be a good idea, because we want you all to have a really strong friendship with God and to keep that going while you're at home in these days. So when you've made your prayer box and you've decorated it and it looks really good, then each day or whenever you feel like doing it, you might like to put something into the prayer box. Maybe you're worried about something and you can write it down, put it into the prayer box and hand your worry over to God and forget about it for a little while. Maybe you're concerned about somebody. You could put their name on a piece of paper and put it into their box. Or perhaps you want to say thank you because it's been a really good day and something good has happened. And then you can write a word of thanks or a word of gratitude and put it into your prayer box. And everybody else in the family can join in as well. It's not just for you, it can be for all of you. When you've made it too, you might want to find a place to put it. And if you have a prayer space at home, then that's the exact place that you should put your prayer box. But if you don't have a prayer space, maybe you can make one, or you can just find a space where you think the prayer box belongs and maybe put a candle beside it. And that will remind you every time you pass it that this is a time to think of God and to say thank you or to ask him for something. I'm going to put my prayer box beside my crib because my crib is still up. I keep my crib up until the 2nd of February, which is the Feast of the Presentation, when Mary and Joseph brought Jesus to the temple to be welcomed into his faith, just like your mum and dad did for you when they brought you to be baptised. So it's going to sit beside my crib until the 2nd of February, and then we'll change it into another prayer space. For now, I just want to wish you a happy Catholic Schools Week again, and to say that I'd really like to see photographs of your prayer boxes, and I know so would Bishop Dennis. So when you're done with them and when you've made your prayer box and it's covered with your prayers, then perhaps you take a photograph and give it to your teacher, and your teacher will send them to us and we put them up on our Facebook page. So for now, happy Catholic Schools Week, and go and make your prayer box.